Hello, and welcome back to Evolve with Dr. Laura Basha. It is the middle of October, and the weather is changing here in California just like it is, I think, around the country. I'm from the East Coast, and October was always our favorite month because of the foliage. The colors were so beautiful. And I hope to get back this fall, actually, before it gets too much later. This on this little video, I'm actually going to talk about an inquiry I'm actually engaged in myself. I've been looking at something, and I thought it would be a good inquiry to share, and maybe be something that would open up some possibilities for you guys that are listening. And I have been in the process of shifting my professional work from the coaching and consulting work that I've been doing, which is captured, the essence, the heart of it is captured in the book that I've been talking about over the last few months, The Inward Outlook. And I have been wanting to move back into uh, an expression that has held my heart since I was very small, which is the fine arts and writing. And so I've been kind of getting in the feel of that and communicating with people. I'm not doing private coaching practice anymore. I'm still doing some organizational consulting, but I have more and more time for the writing, and I have more and more time now for being in the studio and creating artwork. So I am spending time in the garden, which I actually really love. Now, what's interesting is that as I've been getting more and more comfortable in this easier way of living that feels more authentic at this time in my life, an opportunity has been offered to me, and it's something that I've been interested in participating in for the last decade. And in order to be invited to participate in this particular group, you really have had to do you have to have some mastery of the work that the group is involved in. And I've gotten myself to that point. So here I've been offered this opportunity to join this group that I've been interested in joining for many years. But there's a conundrum that has emerged for me today, and it's kind of gripped me, actually. I know that my mood was a little bit lower this morning, and I know it's because I've been wrestling with my thinking from the past and really being in the present moment, which, if you've been listening to me over the months, you know that's kind of my whole thing. Doesn't mean I'm off the hook from struggling with it every now and then myself and being in the listening of the discomfort of not knowing which choice to make. So as I've been sitting with this, I started to really see that there's a lot of commitment that's going to be involved in this group. I don't mind commitment, I don't mind work. However, what I'm starting to see is that the thing that called me to this previously, I think I've actually completed to a level for myself that's good enough. So what I had been wanting years ago to participate in so that I could develop in a certain way, I think I've actually developed that. And what I've been listening to is an old desire that I've actually outgrown. And I've been struggling with declining the invitation because I can see that I'm concerned about missing out. And I can see some old patterns are being triggered for me. Old patterns of not belonging, old patterns of not being good enough, old patterns of being excluded. And if I say no to this particular opportunity, I very well could be closing the door and participating. And that's frightening to me because what if I miss that window? On the other hand, if I go in that direction, I lose quite a bit of time that I've been getting into the feel of enjoying, so that I could write more, so that I could spend more time in the garden, so that I could be in the studio more. And what's available through that expression at this time of my life is a kind of joyful fulfillment. And what I can see is I don't have that same enthusiasm about this invitation that I got in the last couple days as I do when I'm actually in the studio. So what I got to see was what I was really afraid of. What I'm really afraid of is, what if it doesn't go well? I mean, I've got all these years of mastery, and I know what I'm doing, and I know how to present, and I know that I have people's respect in this field. But in this new venture, in this new creative self-expressed venture, I'm not so sure. I'm starting to get some feedback, but it's nothing like the decades of foundational groundedness that I have in the psychological coaching work that I do, the transformational work that I do. So I can now see that I am at the choice point. The question, the inquiry that I'm engaged in is, what do I want? Now, I've asked this of clients over the years. It seems like a very simple question that you should be able to answer. But if you sit with it, if you really listen as having that be an inquiry for yourself, you might find what almost all my clients over the years have found. It could be the most difficult question to really answer. Because when you distinguish what you really want, you're confronted with all the things you've been sort of distracting yourself from dealing with. No more complaining, no more, really eliminates a lot of drama if you actually get very clear about what you want. Because when you get clear about what you want, when we get clear about what we want, pretty much it happens. If you look in your own life, you'll see that when you get clear, it happens. So I don't really have a solution for you, an answer for you. I'm just sharing the process that I'm in right now, because I think it's actually for anyone who's interested in self-actualizing and anyone who's interested in self-evolution and transformation and ongoing growth and development. You want to be investigating, what are you saying yes to, and what is it giving you, and what is the impact of that choice, and does it in any way keep you from going down a new, less comfortable road that could actually be more fulfilling and more authentic at this stage in your life. So I'm going to leave you with that inquiry. I'm going to leave myself with this inquiry. I trust that I will move in the direction of authenticity. I'm just sharing with you that no matter how much you know, when you're up against what you don't know, it's equally uncomfortable all around. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your October, and I will see you in November.